So, welcome to both of you. I hope more people will join. And if you have not watched the video which I sent you, must watch it, because being a writer is one thing, or being a professional is one thing, being an artist is one thing. But it's important that you should also understand the business of movies and web series. So, watch that. And I will also come to first, before I go, I will tell about more about which was coming to my mind on Matthias' question about change in the character. And when Gaurav came, I said that my view is that people doesn't change. Now, actually, you understand one thing: what is changed? It is not the character will change. Matthias, try to understand. Gopi, you also. What I said is that it is very difficult for people to change, but they do change. But what you do, you put, see what happens, we cannot change a character suddenly. Either there should be too much, but the character remains the same. I mean, I will try to explain you this thing. What happens that we have in the middle act and in the final act, whether you are writing a series or in a movie, what we show hurdles in front of our character. Okay, so what character does, what our protagonist, and there are also hurdles in front of antagonist, the villain, and what both of them try to do, they try to cross those hurdles. The villain has inner quality or inner disquality or whatever you say. So his inner self takes the path which is not acceptable by society, and our hero or our protagonist takes the path which is accepted by the society, or even if it is not accepted, somehow it is morally correct, maybe not legally. In case of anti-hero, an anti-hero is not someone who is totally bad. If you look at Walter from web series which we are doing, Breaking Bad, Walter is making meth, but he is not bad. But he is also an anti-hero. He is killing people, threatening drug mafias. But there is certain goodness. When we say hero, hero means good. Hero doesn't, the inner person is good. What changes is the situation. Situation changes. Like the situation of Walter changes. First thing, our hero is good. In backstory, we see his situation changed, that his friends formed the company with his friends, but somehow he had to leave that company. Situation changed. Then he joined a school where he is teaching chemistry. Situation changed. The students over there, they are not taking him seriously. Then he is working part time. Situation changed. There he is also humiliated by the owner of the service center. So situation is changing. Then he got lung cancer. Out of all these things, after doing so much hard work in life, what he gets? He gets lung cancer. Situation changed. And when he tries to take the path of cooking meth with his ex-student, again two people dies. Situation changed. And in the very first episode, he wants himself either to kill himself or to make a surrender in front of police. But then he decided to go on with this, because under this situation anyway, he has a family to take care of. So he is not changed. The character doesn't change. The character's journey in web series, not in film, in web series, is his journey from his inner self. He is going to his inner self and bringing out that inner self to his external life. In case of movies, there is a weakness in the hero, protagonist, or he or she recognizes this weakness. She or he overcomes this weakness, but the change doesn't happen so much. What he or she does, she or he does finds the means to overcome that weakness. For example, we have a very weak character and who becomes a boxer. Might be physically weak, but the inner strength is there, and we will show that inner strength in some other way. Like he might be a very good student, or might be good in maths, or if he becomes very good boxer, so he might be he must be watching many boxing movies. Used to like boxing movies, something like that. So inner within himself, there is some strength of the character, or you show that he has an ability to achieve something. So that ability will be there. And even if you look at the Walter, the ability to achieve is already there. In the later episodes, when we find in the story that he becomes a millionaire, the ability was already there in Walter. Why? Because he was nominated for Oscar award. He formed a company. So lot of hunches, lot of backstories are given to establish a character. So you don't have to change the character. You find the inner qualities of the character, and then in a web series the character realizes to his own self. Like the story of Narcissist. The story of Narcissist, it's a mythological story that one day Narcissist see himself in the water and he finds that how beautiful he is. And this changed his attitude. But it was not that his physique changed. It was already there. Only thing is that he didn't realize it. He didn't saw it before. So strength of the character, whatever the strength is there, whatever the character is there, it is already there. Might be sometimes that is why a guru comes. A guru comes in the films, movies we generally use not to bring the change but to make the protagonist realize his inner strength. A guru, a master can polish a diamond, but the diamond has its quality already there. Okay, so I will. So might be tomorrow or day after tomorrow, in the next 2 3 days, two of my friends who are into acting and one into direction and script writing also, Ashish Dubey and Arindam Saha. Arindam Saha works in Hindi films also and Bengali also. Dubey is from Hindi films. So they might be coming to join, and we will have a discussion with them on the side of acting and on the side of writing direction and how things work, like how difficult it is to make it. So, season 2, episode 9, Breaking Bad. 4 days out. Walt arrives at the hospital with his family for a CT scan to learn how he has. So, Walt getting cured. Now, what happens now? Now is Walter getting cured. So, he arrives in the hospital to get a CT scan done to learn how he has reacted to chemotherapy. He is told that the results of the test will not be ready for a week, but sees a scan of his lungs and notices a prominent growth. Believing that he has little time left and realizing that recent expenses and Saul Goodman's fees for laundering his money leave him with little to give his family, Walt decides to spend several days doing nothing but cooking meth. Walt makes up a story about visiting his mother for an extended weekend to be able to explain his absence to Skylar. He convinces Jesse to help for a weekend. Jesse is initially reluctant but cancels his plan to go on a date in Santa Fe with Jane when Walt claims they need to use as much of their supply of methylamine as possible before it spoils. So what happens that he is getting cured but he needs more money. So now he is getting cured and he gets the hope of getting cured, but he is also worried about his family, and he makes an excuse. He tells his wife that he is going to meet his mother, and up to episode 9, we have not seen his mother, never heard about his mother. But here the writer has um, given a thing that he's having a mother who is living in another area. So he starts cooking. So Jesse is reluctant, but somehow he joins with him. After Jesse collects the additional supplies and picks Walter up from Albuquerque International Sunport, they drive the RV out to the desert to cook. Walt tells Jesse to leave the keys in a safe spot, and Jesse leaves them in the ignition switch. Unaware, okay, I will read it fast, then I will explain you. Then we will go to the next chapter, the next episode. After a few days of cooking, Walter estimates they have nearly 1.2 million in meth. With their portable generator out of gasoline, Walt wants to get more gasoline and get right back to work, but Jesse convinces him they should take a break to find a hotel for the night. When they go to start the RV, they find the battery dead. They attempt to siphon off gasoline from RV to the generator to get start the vehicle, but the spilled in the process causes the generator to catch fire, and Jesse uses all of the drinking water to dose it. So what happens that so he takes an excuse, like he makes a false excuse of going to his mother. He goes inside the airport and he comes out, and Jesse comes with the RV, and then again they go to the desert, but the water is less. So there is some fire happens, like some fire take place, and Jesse puts that drinking water to dose it, to dose the fire, to blow away the fire. Jesse suggests they call Skinny Pat to help using Walt's cell phone. Despite knowing that Skylar will likely discover this is his cell phone record. Walt allows Jesse to make the call. Jesse tries to give directions to Skinny Pat, but they are unsure if he got them. When Skinny Pat does not arrive, all, they call him again and discover he is far off the directions before the phone dies. So that is their last rescue, their last hope that they can call Jesse's friend, but he is at some other direction. Walter tears down the generator to allow him. So what happens in this basically, what you learn, I will tell you in the short. First I will just finish it, then I will tell you in the short what you have to learn in this. Walter tears down the generator to allow him to try to trickle charge the RV's battery by manually turning the generator's crank. Though this briefly enables the engine to turn over, the battery quickly dies. Walter becomes desperate and starts suffering from heat exhaustion. Jesse realizes that Walt believes he is going to die. Evidenced later, when Walt coughs up blood, Walter believes he deserves to die as he has constantly lied to his family. Jesse tries to cheer Walter from his slump, and this inspires Walter to construct their own battery from the materials they have on the hand. The makeshift battery provides enough water to jump start the RV, and they are able to return to Albuquerque. Jesse drops Walt off the airport, assuring Walt that if Walt dies, his family will get their share of money. Walt and his family return to doctor the next week and learn that Walter's cancer is in remission. The growth Walter spotted was simply inflamed tissue in his lung, and the resulting tear of his esophagus cause him to cough up blood, but will heal in time. Walt's family is ecstatic, but Walt privately has a violent outburst, realizing that death will not put an end to his web of lies or his drug dealings. So what happens? that they go to an area to cook the meth, but water gets over due to some incident. And then this in this episode, what actually what the writer tries to do. One is the economics. That there is a one particular episode in the third series where it's only Walter and Jesse, only two people, none other character, and it's almost more than 40 minutes, and one location that is within the. Later on, he finds a laboratory given by some other drug dealer. He hires them. He hires Walter. So he gives them a laboratory and one complete episode, and that episode is brilliant actually. So you should also see this is economical, and it gives. I mean, so what happens now so far? It is also giving us a bonding between the two characters. So Jesse and Walter, and there is incident that the water gets over. The battery is not working. The water gets over. They are in the middle of the desert. They have no help, and even if he calls from his phone, that phone record will come and Skylar will come to know. And this is the eighth episode. I mean, this thing we saw in the very first episode. This in the desert they are cooking. So they and it's between them. It's between Walter and so such situation. It's like what we call bottom down or bottle episodes where only we go into the characters and get something. So they are very good actually. These such episodes are very good. So when you are writing, think about such episodes where you settles down and you think about some situation, and that's where you should also watch the old movies, the old silent movies. If I when I was watching this another episode which I told you about in the third season, I was remembering the same things like something happening, but the movement of the body and without music. It was without music, only the ambient sound of the laboratory, without music, and Walter is trying to catch a fly, and he is scared that if this will contaminate the meth, it will the other people will kill them. So he is scared. One thing that he wants to give purity because he is a nominated scientist. Another thing is also scared of his life and also life of his wife. So, but the movement of the actor. So you can also watch those silent era movies because the quality of imagery before is very high in those movies. We have watched them. They used to shoot them in 16 frames. Nowadays, like when films came, it was like 24 frames per second. So 24 frames per second for a film format was a normal movement of the body. But if you shoot like now we don't shoot. So if you shoot suppose 16 frames per second, this means movement will be fast. And if you shoot more than, suppose you shoot 48 frames per second, the movement will be slower. So initially they used to shoot with 16 frames per second. I'm forgetting why they used to do, but I think they used to do this to make the things faster. I think the cameras were like 16 frame per second, but we think that it's comedy, but it's not comedy. So you put some Charles Chaplin movie and put it on suppose a slow motion where you can find the natural human emotion. So those movies, you as a filmmaker, you as a writer, you must watch the movies from silent era, and you can write such scenes without any dialogue. I mean, very long episode is there, like without any dialogue, but you just keep watching it. That what will happen next? He's just trying to, and there's a one particular shot without. I don't know whether they cut it or not, but it was without cut, and the actor who is playing Walter, he falls and then he falls on a tank and then on the ground, and I think it was without cut. I mean, if it was without cut, it was very difficult for the actors to perform, but that looks good. So always we are used to of watching so much dialogues, but silence is, and you can watch Kamal Hassan's Pushpak, which he in which he directed. That's a silent movie. The silence is also interesting. So then I will come to the next episode, season 10 episode, season 2 episode 10, Breaking Bad, over. So this episode is named Over. Following his discovery that he is in remission, Walt takes Skyler's advice to take a week off from work, but secretly meets with Jesse. He tells Jesse the good news and that he is out of the drug trade now, that he no longer has to pay for treatment. During Skyler's party celebrating the remission, Walt pours Walt Jr. some tequila. That, and now here is something like this is the scene which is, you can say that how there are subtle changes have come in the Walter. I mean, but it's not exactly the change, but he starts getting out his inner self which was already there, his inner fears, his inner jealousy, the inner self of the character. So what happens, that he is getting better and they gives a party, and there he gives drink to his, he, Hank and his son. They are sitting near a pool, and he gives drink to his son, and Hank asks him to stop it. Then he gives another drink. Then Hank asks him to stop it. Then he gives a third drink. This scene happens like this. After Walter keeps pouring, Hank takes the bottle away from him. Walt angrily demands it back, leading to a tense standoff which is broken as Walt Jr. vomits into the pool. The next day, Skylar. So what happens? That Hank takes the bottle, and Junior, who doesn't drink, he vomits, and everyone is watching Walter, that how he's behaving. So this is sudden, I mean, behavior which even Walter thinks later on that it was not a right behavior. The next day, Skyler refuses to answer Walter's call, in which he tries to apologize in order to distract himself. He goes on a home improvement spree, replacing their water heater. At work, Skyler confides in Ted about Walter's condition. When Ted notices that she is purposefully staying late, she breaks down, saying that she doesn't feel optimistic because she knows that Walt still has cancer. Ted understands, having suffered physically while caring of his dying father. They tenderly hold hands. The next day, as Ted is leaving, Skylar creates a distraction in order to spend more time with him. So now what happens? So there is a scene where there is some problem with the water heater, and now because Walter is getting money, so he starts taking care of his home, his family. But this another thing, that relation between him and Skylar goes down. It and Ted, and she becomes more close to the Ted, her ex-boyfriend, and now her boss. Meanwhile, Jesse clumsily makes breakfast for Jenny and tells her they can spend the day together. Okay, Jesse makes clumsily. Okay, Jane, not for Jenny, for Jane. Okay, she admires his drawings of superheroes, which she points out all look like him. They hear knocking on Jane's door, which turns out to be her father, the owner of the property. When Jesse goes outside to speak with him, Jane acts she does not know him. Later, he tells him she was protecting him from her overbearing father. But Jesse is upset that she does not take relationship seriously. He smokes meth to comfort himself, but brightens when Jane slides a drawing under his door. superhero called Apology Gift that looks like her. So what happens that this is a scene where we see the father of Jane, the girlfriend of Jesse, who becomes the girlfriend. And when the father arrives, she behaves that doesn't care about Jesse. I mean, he's just a tenant, and Jesse got emotional. I mean, Jesse is an emotional person, and now he got more emotional. Meanwhile, Jesse clumsily make break. Okay, at the hardware store, Walt notices the cart of young men buying materials to make drugs. So this was very interesting scene that Walter also finds someone who is buying the same things, and Walter goes to that person and advises him. He offers advice about what ingredients to get, causing the man to run away. And the man, after hearing what Walt says that you should use such ingredients, he runs away. Outside in the parking lot, he sees the young man with help, but then later her die in order to protect Jesse from actual from eventual overdose and for self-preservation since she threatened to expose him. Walt being begins to cry before looking on resolutely. Outside in the parking lot, he sees the young man with help, but then lets her die in order to protect Jesse from the eventual dose. Okay, I am forgetting the scene and I'm not understanding what happens. So outside in the parking lot, he sees a young man with help, but then lets her die. Lets her die. Let's go further. So this is the scene. I have to watch it again. It's not giving proper information. What happens actually in the? I think what happens later on. Jane dies of due to overdose, and he comes to find that Walter finds that Jane dies due to overdose of heroin. So in this episode 11, Combo is selling drugs on a corner when he notices two rival dealers staring him down. He is then killed by a young boy working for them, Skinny Pet, spooked by Combo's death and Badger's recent brush with law, describes to quit the drug trade. So it is a scene where one of their guy Combo actually he goes and other because now in the previous episode we saw that some new people have also come into their territory who are selling drugs, and their guy in the beginning their guy is selling drug, and they give gun to a child. The other dealers give gun to the child, and that child comes on the cycle, I think, and he shoots their guy, and the Skinny Pet is spooked by Combo's death and Badger's recent brush with the law, decides to quit the drug trade. Walt and Jesse meet the Saul to discuss their next move. He tells them that they are incompetent distributors and need a businessman who is more restrained than Tuco and will buy their product in bulk. He offers to reach out to the only distributor of that kind he has heard of, but it will be difficult as the man is extremely cautious. Jesse is distraught that he got Combo killed and that night tells Jane to leave his apartment so that he does not harm her he does not harm her recovery when he smokes meth. Jane reluctantly decides to stay with him. So they are scared, and their advocate asks them to find like a better dealer. The next day, Walt waits at a local chicken restaurant called Los Polos Hermanos, Hermanos, where the distributor has arranged to meet them. So it is a very interesting scene. So Walt goes to meet a distributor in the restaurant, chicken restaurant. It's like a fast food restaurant, but he finds no one. He waits there and he comes back. Jesse comes in late, still high, and leaves quickly afterwards. Nobody wants to Nobody talks to Walt, but he realizes later that the distributor saw him and has refused to work with him. Meanwhile, Jane relapses into drug addiction and introduces Jesse to heroin. The next day, Walt goes back to the same restaurant and Walt waits until closing. He eventually realizes that the man he assumes is the restaurant manager is the distributor. Although the distributor maintains he is unwilling to work with the drug addict, Walt assures him that Jesse can be relied on and that their product is best. The distributor tells Walt that he has Jesse can be okay. Tells Walt that he will be in touch with if he decides to work with the duo and wants Walt never to trust a drug addict. So it is a scene when Walter goes to the restaurant and one day he finds no one and he comes back and tells this to Saul. But, but he says that the guy was already there and then he think of something and he goes back again and he finds that that person is the manager. So we got another character which is very interesting character. He's a black American character, and he's a he's a very silent kind of business person. He doesn't speak much, very cautious, and he is having very good relationship with police, with the politicians. Right? I mean, he's a very big because he is a owner of a chicken restaurant, but meticulously he is dealing with the drugs. Walt gets a message telling him to come to the restaurant where he learns that the distributor is not the restaurant manager but the owner of several Los Polos Hermanos store, Gus Fring. The actual manager, who appears oblivious to Gus' criminal activities, tells Walt that Gus is not currently at the store. As Walt is about to leave, an associate of Gus named Victor blocks him from exiting and tells him to deliver the meth to a truck stop within next hour in exchange of 1.2 million cash. So again he goes next day and something happens. So he makes a deal with the actually that he has to deliver this 1.2 million cash within the next hour. Walt rushes to Jesse's apartment and breaks in, while Jesse and Jane are in a heroin induced haze. At the same time, Skylar goes into labor and tries to contact Walter. Walt is tortured about his choice, being decides to go make the transaction anyway. So this is a scene where Walter got the opportunity to earn 1.2 million, but at the same time, and this restaurant owner makes a deal with the Walter that I don't want to work with junkies because he knows that he is working with Jesse. So the story is moving. The story is moving. Season 2, episode 12, Phoenix. Walter barely delivers the inventory of drug to Gus in time, but misses his daughter's birth. So he delivers, but misses his daughter's birth. He arrives at the hospital where he finds that Ted drove Skylar there. At Jesse's apartment, Jane wakes up when she is phoned by her father, Donald, because she is late for a Narcotics Anonymous meeting. At lunch at lunch afterwards, she does not mention that she has started using heroin again and acts as though she does not know Jesse when her father asks about him. Jesse, seeing the aftermath of Walt's search, initially believes he was robbed, but then listens to the phone messages Walt theft. Okay, Walt left. So what happened before this scene? Walt had only 1 hour. He went to his home, and he was on drugs. He was like unconscious, and Walter knew that where he kept the money. So Walter picked the money from there, and later on, Jesse thinks that someone broke in his house and took his money. Walt, unable to tell anyone else in his family about the money, privately shows his daughter the stack of cash hidden in the garage walls. Later, Jesse shows up at Walter's classroom to ask for his share of money, which Walt refuses because he believes it will further Jesse's addiction. He promises to pay Jesse when he knows that Jesse and Jen are clean. So, Walt, here again, I told you, father son relationship took place between Jesse, and Walt is worried about Jesse, and he says that I will give you that money only when I think that you and Jane are clean, because they are now started taking heroin. Later, Jesse and Jen injected heroin in his apartment. As he passes out, Jesse complains about Walt holding out on him, telling Jane that he is owned $480,000. Donald calls Jane again when she is late to another rehab meeting. Unbeknownst, I don't know which word is this, to Jane, he is waiting directly outside. Seeing her emerging from Jesse's door, he barges in and finds evidence of them. So the father came to know that Jane and his tenant Jesse are taking drugs. He is furious that she has relapsed and calls the police, but Jane promises she will enter rehab the next day. He relents and gives her another chance. Meanwhile, Walt Jr. has put up a website so that people can donate to Walt's cancer surgery. See, there is a scene that Walter Jr., the son of Walter, he starts a website, and it's a kind of hopefulness in the good world. Like world is good, world is very hopeful. Nowadays, we see a lot of things like some websites who are there to treat the patient. I mean, you don't know how much people really contribute actually. So they are getting pennies from people, and they were excited. But the world is cruel world, which Walter has seen. Walt does not want to accept charity, especially because he earned the money to pay for his treatment, but cannot reveal its source to his family. Saul tells him that he will contact a hacker to make the money look like it is coming from computers all over the world and avert suspicion by putting in small amount. Jane calls Walt to blackmail him into giving Jesse his share. Walt delivers the money to Jesse and Jane. So now they threatens Walt for the money, and actually Jane is the one who pushes Jesse to go and take your money, and she got excited with the money. So Jesse to and Jane, who are ecstatic and talk of getting clean, but still feel a strong pull to use their remaining heroin. Walt goes to a bar to unwind. So he goes to a bar where he meets Donald. And what happened that at the home, so Walter meets Donald. They have a talk about family. So the question of family comes, and Walt goes to a bar to unwind. There he knowingly sits next to Donald. The two starts talking about Phoenix Probe's discovery of water on Mars and about Donald's daughter and Walter's nephew, that is Jesse, voicing their frustration over trying to help people who will not do what is good for them. Donald opines that one can never give up on one's family. Motivated by Donald's words, Walter goes back to Jesse's house to talk to him, but finds Jesse and Jane passed out of from heroin use. While Walt is trying to wake Jesse, he inadvertently knocks Jane onto her back. She starts to choke on her own on her own vomit. Walt rushes to help, but then let her die in order to protect Jessie from their eventual overdose. And for self preservation, since she threatened to expose him, Walt begins to cry before looking on resolutely. So, this is the scene that soon after, unknowingly, he met her father in the bar. And there he talks about the family. The family is the first. And then when he goes to Jesse's house, Walter goes to Jesse's house, he finds that they both have taken heroin, and then she starts vomiting. She was having some problem. I think he touched her or some problem happened. At that time, he could have called police, but being because he is already there under such situation, he couldn't go to police. But actually, he wanted to protect Jesse and himself, so he let Jane die. So I don't have episode 13 anyway. So if anyone wants to, I did not tell you, I think, about episode 9. So there is a one particular episode before this. There is a scene when someone stole the money from one of their guy. So Jesse goes to the house of that couple, and the house is very. I mean, we see that in such a bad situation they are living with a kid, and there something happens like Jesse becomes unconscious, and the husband is teasing his wife, and she kills him, and then Jesse is having something with her. It is a scene where the main thing in that scene is like it's again between these two three characters, and so Jesse sees a child, their child. So what he does, he when he finds that they are dead, I think she is left and only father is there. He calls the police. Jesse calls the police. The police is already after him. He calls the police, and he gives a blanket or some cover, some sheet to the child, and makes him sit outside. And then he says that you will get a better life than this, because the parents are drug addicts, didn't have good clothes, bad house, everything is bad in their life. So this was another episode. So we will come to the last episode, then we will do something else. Leave this. If you want, we can go with this, and or we will take some other series. So anything, if any one of you wants to ask, Arpit is here today again, or anyone who wants to contribute to the character. So if you have not seen the video of on the business of movies, please go and watch this video. Yes, someone is saying something. Yeah, Matthias. Yeah, yeah, Matthias. Pardon? What? Yeah, you didn't get the video. Yeah, it's okay. It's 4 hour long. You need to spend time. I have seen half. I mean, it's 4 hour, but lot of knowledge in that, and you have to watch it with. I think you have to mute yourself, Matthias. So you have to watch it with full attention, and there this gentleman whose video is there. His name is. Wait, I will tell you again. I think he's a Canadian producer, and his name I will tell you. Just give me a second. Okay. Jeff David. David, I don't know how to pronounce his surname. Jeff David, and he has produced this director, writer, and of movies like You Got This, ISM, The Samuel Project, Kiss and Cry, Full Out, King of Camp, and My Brothers Keeper. My Brother's Keeper was his first film. So you can. So what he is saying that he is sharing his experience of American film market and Cannes, where he goes to distributor goes to buy the movies, and he says that okay, let's first come to the what he shared about his experience on with Netflix. So first thing what he shares is that it's very difficult to get to Netflix, and then he said that I got 20 minutes, I think 20 minutes to talk, and when you are talking to the people like industry people, you don't have much time. I mean, this is the way they work, but for me, if I think that I know, because I think that suppose I am taking a, actually, he talks about two things. One is independent work. Suppose you are getting money from some independent producer, and also, but another thing is some big company like big studios are making. So big studios approach is different. They will make something which is already running to make movie, to make money. An independent producer will risk his idea. And he says about George Lucas, who made Star Wars series, that initially he was refused by people. But after George Lucas, what do you see? The next 2 3 decades, even up to now, the science movies are coming and they are big studios are also making. If you look at so, and he said this that, but when you have to go to work with them, you have to deal with them, and yet they don't give much time to you. So you have to be prepared with your log lines. So that is where the log lines are important. Log line has to be short within a sentence and in your mind. And he also said that he goes to like Cannes or American film market. When he goes, he doesn't watch a movie more than 10 minutes. If so, this is what I told you in the my very beginning of my classes. I can judge. When I go through some OTT platform, I can see in their posters. So this is because of experience, and he is having a very, he or any other distributors or the producers, writers, some directors, they have very good experience of judging after suppose after working for 20 years. So he said that I don't watch more than, because he says that if I watch it more than 10 minutes, this means there is some problem in the movie. And I think what he is saying is also correct to some extent. Suppose I go to buy something, I go to market to buy something. It's a, festivals are film markets, and I am a trader, and I go and just watch, and of course, with my experience, I can judge a movie from the very first 10 minutes or very first. I think you can judge movie if you are if you go into that movie thinking kind of thing. I mean, apart from being just once you become critical, either you are from films, you are writer, director, whatever, or even if you are not from films, once you become very critical, so just become critical and you will get that acumen to judge a movie from the very beginning. So this is, I think he was very, I mean, accurate what he was saying, and he gave a lot of information. I mean, and now if you want to produce for, suppose you want to make for YouTube, so you have to give when you monetize, you have to fill the tax tax form that you are exempted. If there is some treaty between America and your country, if you are exempted, so please fill that tax form. Without that, you won't get money. And see, nowadays it's becoming what he says that it's becoming very difficult. And he is true also that people are, one thing is like people are getting everything for free on internet. Like, so they are not spending. If they won't spend, then how developments will take place. And now, first there was problem with movies, then VHS came, then DVD came, CD came, then DVD came, then came pen drive, the wonderful wand which could do any magic like. Then there was this middle way, and now after lockdown, people are not going to cinema. There are websites, and people are so intelligent that they take away from the digital stores like Netflix or Amazon Prime. So it's very difficult time for like music industry in India. The reason music industry has like gone, the music has gone down because of pen drive, the wonderful drive which destroyed the whole music industry. So might be or film or TV industry, website industry might be like to certain extent, but it will also give challenges, and with challenges things improve. So it's a difficult time, of course, and you watch that because being a writer, you or being a director or actor also, you should also go into the depth of the cinema business, the business of movies. Like so, thanks for coming for today's class. Anyone wants to say? Arpit is here. Thank you, Matthias. Thank you, Arpit. Santosh, Gopi, Ranjit. Thank you, all of you.